Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to our Week 10 Football Officials Educational Video Series for the 2024 season, and welcome to anyone new viewing the video for the first time. Thanks again, everyone, for watching the video, the views, and hitting the like button, and also your comments. It is greatly appreciated. All right, let's get into our Week 10 plays so we can learn some new rules and mechanics this week and improve our officiating skills. Play this week, we're going to talk about mechanics, specifically wing officials when the play goes out of bounds on your side of the field. And we catch this play right here. We're going to miss part of it here, but when we swing over, as the camera swings over, we're going to see right here. We can see we have a pile here involving players from opposing teams out of bounds. And we can see the line judge coming in and winding the clock. That's fine, winding the clock and everything, but let's get our eyes and our attention on this pile of players. This is where our focus needs to be in the wing official, primary on these players right here. We can always get the spot. We can always communicate to our other wing, the head linesman, to get the spot, or we can communicate where the spot is and come up and get it after we clean this pile up. Our priority has to be this pile of players. When we come in the field like this and we have our backs to this, anything could happen out of bounds that we may not observe, and we want to make sure that we observe that action and clean that up before getting to the spot. So the next time you have a play go out of bounds, let's officiate the out of bounds first, then get the spot. Play here, we're going to look at the head linesman. We're going to talk about use of our penalty marker, and the head linesman is going to have a flag here along with the referee for a false start by an offensive lineman here. And when the foul occurs, you're going to see the head linesman right there inside the circle pull his flag out, and he just holds it in his hand. He never throws it. So let's remember, in the mechanics manual for the officials on page 21, it talks about use of the flag, and we want to get the penalty marker out, and we're either going to throw it to the spot or we're just going to throw it in the air and let it hit the ground. Either way, our flag needs to come out and be thrown. This is not acceptable for a high school game. We want to get the marker out and get it thrown in the field, and you're going to see the referee's marker going to come in here on the left side of the screen. It's going to be on the ground. That's where our flags want to be. So let's use proper mechanics. Let's not make it look like we might be lazy and don't want to throw our flag on the ground. Let's get the flag out, put the marker on the ground where it's supposed to be, and it will look much better on these types of plays or in any play. Our folks going to be over here in the number 2 receiver on the far side, the headlines side of the field. And we're going to see that receiver go down the sideline here, over in the sideline. You see some action over there, and then the helmet comes off and goes all the way down and rolls down past the goal line, 30 plus yards. So who's going to get this call? And obviously on a play like this, we have 3 potential receivers that end up downfield in front of the back judge. So when we look at this play again, there's only really one official that's going to have this action along the sideline, and it's going to be the head linesman. So the head linesman, you got to be aware of this action down here on your sideline around the 25 to 30 yard line, because this helmet gets removed. And did it get removed legally or illegally? And if it did get removed illegally, then we need to have a penalty marker down. Tough play here in a 5-person crew, but we got to be observant for these types of plays. So here we have a formation where we have the widest receiver covering up the 2 inside receivers. So we know they're ineligible. So we have to be aware of that. We have to know where those receivers go. And then on this play, we're going to have a pass play, but it's going to be behind the line of scrimmage, which is relevant, because if it's behind the line of scrimmage, then these 2 players can get downfield and block as they do. But if this ball was to cross the line of scrimmage, then we would have a different scenario. As ineligible downfield, potentially offensive pass interference. But we can see here, the ball is thrown behind the line of scrimmage. I have line of scrimmage marked, and then you can see the players downfield that were ineligible blocking. So this is all legal. We just need to know when our receivers are eligible or ineligible or covered up, and then we need to know where they end up and where the ball ends up on these types of plays so that we can get the correct call. Because again, the difference is here is this ball is thrown behind the line of scrimmage. So those players that went downfield that were ineligible are legally downfield. If they went downfield and the ball was thrown beyond the line of scrimmage, then we'd obviously have a penalty marker down for ineligible downfield. And then also in this play, as you can see, when the ball's in the air, we also have blocking by those players. So if this ball was beyond the line of scrimmage, we would have offensive pass interference to consider that. So keep those things in mind on these plays. Make sure you know where your players are lining up and what their status can and cannot be. We're going to take a look at this play right here, and we're going to look at really good quality, good mechanics observed by both our head linesman and the line judge on this play. So we're going to have a pass play, and the spot's going to end up down on the 41 of the other team. And you're going to see here as the ball is snapped, both our head linesman and line judge stay on the line of scrimmage. So now that the ball is caught, you can see them both moving upfield, staying on the sideline, not coming on the field. They come down to the yard line where they're spotting the ball, and you can see them both coming in. We're stopping the clock. Great mechanics there. Great square off, turning in on the proper yard line, getting the spot. And you can see here then they both come to the same yard line that the ball is on. That builds credibility. It looks good. We can see that the umpire can then put the ball on that spot. All these mechanics from snap to the end of the play are awesome mechanics here, right? That we have just observed by these head linesmen and line judge. Good job here. Good mechanics like this are great to look at. We're going to take a look at this play all the way through first time. Our focus will be on the number 2 receiver on the line judge side. And we're going to talk about offensive pass interference in this play. And we know that pass interference restrictions apply beyond the neutral zone, and only if a legal forward pass is untouched by B, you enter behind the neutral zone. It crosses the neutral zone. Pass interference restrictions are in effect for all A and B players until the ball is touched and pass is incomplete. So as we come back to this play after we have a penalty marker down by line judge, we're going to come back to this play and we can see that the number 2 receiver there I've highlighted, and we have 3 wide receivers outside the tackle. So our line judge and our back judge is focused on this side because our back judge keys are on that side. So we have 2 sets of eyes over on this play. And so as the play develops, we're going to see that number 2 receiver come down and engage the defensive player and begin blocking. And then we look back at the quarterback, we can see the ball's in the air. So, yes, this is offensive pass interference. Now, the other part here is because of the cushion is given by the defensive player there on the offensive player on the number 40, the back judge could actually be helping inside 2 here because his player, the widest receiver, is not threatened. So we could potentially have 2 flags down on this play. Now, I can't tell from the video, and neither can you, but this is a good call here by the line judge. This offensive player is blocking downfield with the balls in the air. Good call for offensive pass interference. Plays here back to back. Referees, make sure we get on the correct side of the holder. We want to be facing the holder, unlike this play right here. You can't see, you're looking at the back of the holder. We want to get over into this position so that we can see the action of the holder and the kicker more clearly, better line of sight. So let's make sure we get on the correct side. That would be referee facing the holder, looking directly at the holder's eyes, so to speak. So get on the correct side and you have a better field of vision. This play here, we're going to have a pass on the line judge side of the field. And when we take a look at the play, first of all, I want to point out that the line judge's key is right there with the arrow on his side because the strength of the formation is a head linesman. So the back judge's keys are on the head linesman's side. So we're going to take a look at this play. You decide after you watch this play, what do we have here? Do we have a touchdown? Do we have an interception? It's hard to see because the players go out. But what is your decision after watching this play? And you might want to watch it again. Of course, you don't have that option on the field. But take a look at this play and decide what do you have on this play. We're going to come back to this play again. Our focus is right there on that receiver who goes downfield, and we have a pass thrown to that receiver right here around the goal line. And you can see, first of all, our line judge and back judge are in good position, I think, pretty good position. You can see the ball right there, and they're looking at it. You know, I don't know if you could get it in any better position. I'm not sure if the back judge goes a little deeper, but he has the goal line. If you can see anything any better. But so we have a really close play here that ends up in possession of the defensive player at the end of it. So when you watch this first play, did you decide that you had a catch by the receiver and a touchdown? Did you decide that you had an interception? Well, as we look at this play from this video, there's no way we can definitely tell on this play. I'm going to tell you that right now. But there are some things to look at. First of all, you've got 2 officials who were in pretty good position to observe this action and see this play. One on the goal line looking across on the inside, one on the outside, the line judge coming down the sideline. And then as this play continues, you'll see the 2 officials come downfield and come together, and that's what we need to do. We need to come together to discuss this play to get the call right. So you're going to have discussion here, but as we take a little bit closer look, you can see right here, you'll see the ball come between the 2 players right there into the defensive player's hand. It's really hard to see, but that's how the defensive player gets it. The ball comes down, and first look at this play, I thought it was a catch. But as you look at it a little bit further, or touchdown, a catch by the receiver, you look at it a little bit further, you can see real quickly, the ball goes between the two players right here. The defensive player actually steals the ball away from the offensive player. And so the ruling on the field on this play was an interception, a touchback, and they put the ball at 20. And there's no way, like I said on this video, that we can overrule that at all on this play. There's no evidence to suggest otherwise. So the ruling on the field would stand. But like I said, the key here is being in good position to observe the action on this play, being in the best position you can put yourself in, then watching the play all the way through till the end. And then you're going to see the line judge and the back judge come together down near the back pylon, and they discuss the play, and each official is going to provide the information that they have that is relevant to this play so that they can talk about it, discuss it, and then come up with the best decision. These plays are tough, but it's difficult on this type of play. But the key is here communication, being in good position. So communication, being in good position, we get in proper position, we observe the action, and then we come together, communicate, and get the call to the best of our ability correct. Good job here by these two officials being in position and communicating. Thanks again, everyone, for taking the time out of your schedule to watch Week 10 educational video for football officials so that we can improve our officiating rules knowledge of football and our mechanics and skills. Thanks, everyone. Please hit the like button if you feel free, comment if you wish to. And thanks, everyone. And until our next video, take care and have a great game this week.